You have a profile available on. You have a profile available on Night Flirt. Okay. A dude goes up on Night Flirt. Okay, and he's
Mm-hmm.
looking through the profiles. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and looking through the profiles, does he come across? I get is it pictures of you? Is it like what is that? Because I know that your husband is concerned about security, so I would assume that it's not you.
No, that's not me.
Oh, okay, okay. So tell me about that. So you have like pictures of another profile on your account?
Mm-hmm. Yes, there are models that I purchase. There's a lot of women whose photos on the site are not really them.
Oh, so there's like a business. Uh, so so you can purchase.
Pictures of models. Yes, there are models. There are women out there who take several pictures of themselves, nude, um, with lingerie in different positions, um, in different locations, you name it, and they'll sell them. So, like, I bought a total of 80 pictures for like $30,
Wow.
and her all the photos are in different positions and different clothes and different locations and everything.
Okay. The dude who is lacking something in his life goes on to the site. That's my opinion. I don't want to be rude. Okay, to the clients. Okay. But they go onto the site. They go down to the pictures of that they find and they find interesting, and then how do they interact with you, and at what point does it come to um fulfilling like a role? Like, how does that happen?
Well, when the client calls, at the end of the day, my job is to keep you on the phone as long as possible. So I'm going to stretch that call out by asking you questions. You're
Hmm.
supposed to ask questions to get to know your client, to find out what they're looking for, what tickles their fantasy. So once they call and I ask them for their name and, just make a little small talk. Because again, I'm trying to keep them on the phone as long as possible.
Okay.
So once you find out, what their fetish is or what they want, then you indulge. Um, and then sometimes you have some guys that call who just want to talk. That's all they want to do is talk. A lot of these guys are lonely. A lot of them are married, and either they're not getting the attention that they require from their wives, or they're not getting enough.
Wow. Okay. Now, you said something very interesting. You said a part of your goal is to keep them on longer, which makes me understand that the longer that you keep them there, the more that you earn, correct?
Right? Yes, because the per minute rate ranges. You set the price that you want to set it as, and it can range anywhere from 99 cents a minute to 9.99 per minute.
Okay, so you can set that price.
Yes.
Okay, have you gone to not to $10 a minute?
No. Mm-mm. No.
Okay, what's your average cost per minute?
Anywhere from 2.22 to 3.99 because I have four different characters.
Wait, four different what?
I have four different characters.
So you have four different profiles.
Yes, exactly. And one of my profiles I charge 3.99 a minute. Another profile I charge 1.99. Then I have another one where I'm charging 2.33. And and then I have another one where I'm charging, I think, 2.89 a minute.
Okay. Wow. Now let me so do you, so within the four different, do you have four different like stories that you tell clients within that? Do you have like stories memorized?
No, it's not stories. Each character is under a different fetish. So you have financial domination, and financial domination is when the guys call in and they want you to talk trash to them. They want you to talk, am I allowed to cuss?
You can cuss, but keep it somewhat light, because
Okay. Okay.
YouTube
Okay.
likes to, yeah, you can't talk here like you talk with the clients.
Got you. Okay.
But
Okay.
somewhere
Okay.
between, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
They want you to be mean to them, like derogatory, really, really mean, and a lot of bad words, really bad words.
Like
Um,
the baddest of the words.
yes, they want you to pretty much strip them of their manhood, and the words, the name calling degrades them as a man, and you give them um, commands, and you know you have them bow down and say kiss my feet and stuff like that, and you know um, the only thing that's worthy of you is your credit card, and you can't, so let's see, how can I put this? you can't you can't climax unless I say so, and stuff like that. Like, it's really bad. Yeah. And then there's another character that I play is a girlfriend character, and but she's the girlfriend that your mother never told you about. And then you have a submissive character where she does whatever the client says. Like, she's there to please him, and she calls him sir.
Wow. Okay. Okay. What's your favorite character to play?
The girlfriend and the financial domination.
Okay. Well, can I guess that the financial domination is the best, is one of your most favorite, because that one makes the most.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
Wow. Okay. Okay. We're starting to get in there now. We're starting to get in there now.
Those who are making more money, they are able to go out and get escorts. Absolutely. And then, you have those that are at the next level underneath who may not be able to afford to do that, or because they have a family, the best thing for them to do is to call a phone sex line.
Hmm.
Maybe they do this while they're at work on their lunch break, they go to their car. I've had several clients call me while they're in their car, or call me while they're in their office, and they're on break or something.
I have no experience with this. I don't even understand what, like, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but I think that what you were teasing out and what I'm now beginning to understand is, and listen, I talk about this on the channel all the time. My overwhelming focus in my life is, what are the things that I'm doing today to be complete and fulfilled within who I am tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
And I also wish that I can eventually one day interview some of these dudes that actually do this, because here's my hypothesis. I would think the majority of these dudes set themselves on a path of life and never looked back within their lives to test the societal pressures, the cultural pressures, the pressures from their family, and what have you, meet pressures from media, in order to conform to something very specific within themselves. So now that they're stuck in they're within the four walls of whatever it is that they constructed, or they wake up in the morning and look at their wife and they're completely disgusted with what's sitting right next to them, or they look at their kids and just want to just, and I say to myself that, like, it is incumbent on us as being the human being to structure the life out in a way to create happiness as we see fit. And the majority of the dudes that it sounds like that do things like this have let life get away from them, and now they seek happiness in an avenue like this. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think like if you think of like the levels of the porn, right? Like there's texting would probably be at the lowest level. After texting would probably be pictures. In my opinion, probably pictures. The next level after that is probably actually talking on the phone. The level after that is probably video chat. Would you agree with that?
It would be texting.
Okay.
And then actually talking on the phone.
Okay.
Pictures.
Okay.
And then actually doing live video.
Okay. So you would switch the talking on the phone with the sending of pictures. So from a business startup perspective, okay, let's dip into the business.
Okay.
What I'm hearing is that the upfront starter cost would probably be you need a smartphone for text. Okay. Do you use your same smartphone for your personal phone, or do you have a separate like burner phone for the activities?
I use my regular cell phone because I have my cell phone number is registered on the site to receive text messages.
Okay.
So when they log on to the account and they want to send me a text message, then they'll text me on that platform and then it comes to my cell phone, but they don't have my number.
Okay. Got it. So then the website has some type of system in place where they can intercept the call, and then they send it. Yeah, Amazon does the same thing when they deliver my packages. It's the same type of technology, I guess. Okay, so you don't have a burner phone, so you use your personal phone. So no extra cost from a personal phone perspective.
No.
Okay, then you have to have the pictures. So you purchase, I think you said it was $80 for like 30 pictures. So you pay the $80. Do you have to pay the site a fee? Or does the site take the money out of the per minute charges?
Okay, it was 80 pictures for $30.
Mm-hmm.
And then as far as the platform goes, for the calls, the platform keeps 30% and I get 70%.
Okay, so they're taking, okay, so that's like YouTube margins. YouTube takes 30% from me. Okay. Okay.
Now, I will tell you, you do have some clients who are aware of how much the platform takes. And if the client wants to give all of their money to the profile who they're calling, then you can let them know that, you know, you have Cash App or you have Twitter, and that way they can get other means of transferring money to you after the call.
Well, I would assume that would be the revenue model, right? Like because really the site Night Flirt is getting new clients. It's like it's probably search engine optimized. It's probably right. Like so they approach you through the site. They find you through the site.
Right.
But I would assume that it's, you know, your goal is to get them off the site. Is there a contract that you have to sign with the Night Flirt where they try to keep you on the site?
No contract. I'm an independent
contractor.
Independent contractor.
Okay, so like on your taxes, you're an independent. So they give you a 1099-C.
Yes.
Okay. Do you, from like a protection of assets perspective, are you like a sole proprietorship, or do you set up a LLC? Oh, by the way, we get into the questions, by the way. Yeah. Listen, there's other content creators that have fun, these types of conversations, but we get into the guts. You understand what I'm saying? We get into the
Right.
guts. Do you set up like a sole proprietorship to right, like, or do you set up a LLC, like from a business perspective? How do you manage the business of doing it as well?
I actually haven't done neither one. I'm just making sure I pay my taxes right now, because I don't know how much longer I want to stay in this. So I
Yeah,
don't think I'm gonna stretch it out, to you know, actually start a brand on
yeah,
this. I'm just trying to make extra money. Um,
okay,
and then also the main reason why, I would not show my face or anything is because in the future, if I get a government job, I don't need this to come back and bite me in the ass later.
mm,
So, and then also being that I have kids, because kids nowadays are online, you never know what they come across. So I don't need my kids to be embarrassed
mm.
because somebody says, "Ooh,
I would assume out of the over 300 plus that are in the building right now, the majority of which are quiet ladies. You understand what I'm saying? They're just not saying nothing. They're just, they're taking notes. They're saying, okay, that's what she does per week, 25 hours per week, makes 50,000 dollars per year. Listen, there's a lot of people in here that work 40 hours per week doing something that is not at home, making, the same amount of money for more time. And you found something which produces, and it's sales, right? It's digital sales. So it's gonna be ebbs and flows. And let me ask you another question too. How has COVID, right, affected business? Have you seen an uptick, a downtick?
I have seen a huge downtick."
Hmm.
Huge. And I know why. If everyone is under quarantine, that means the kids are home, the wives are home, so
Mhm.
the husbands are home, and they can't get away to get on the phone like they used to, you
Mm.
know. So now, even though I do have a clientele base, I haven't been in this game for 10 years. So you have some girls on this platform that's been in the game for 10 years or more,
Mm.
13 years, 15 years. And some of these girls are bringing home $20,000 a month. I've seen, yeah, there's a girl that I know, which I won't say her name. Um, she showed me one of her breakdown for her deposit,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a screenshot. So like we know what the screen looks like, and
Mm-hmm.
it shows you the breakdown of what you got paid, for text messages,
Yep.
what you got paid for phone time, for selling goodie bags and all of that stuff. And
Yeah.
the total came to about 20,200 and something. But her clientele base is strong, like super strong, because she's been in it for over 10 years.
Let me ask you a question, Carmen. How come you haven't gone into the OnlyFans?
I do have an OnlyFans account. I just started it, which is not doing too good, probably because it's only of my feet. So, I I refuse to put myself out there like that. So, but for those who have a strong foot fetish, is what I was trying to reach to. So, um, we'll see. Maybe I can get some more subscribers after this. Who knows?
Shout out to XXX Depression. I honestly think it's deep insecurities for both parties. People who say you got to do what you got to do didn't apply themselves at some point in life and took a shortcut. Women crave attention, and so do men. Salute. Carmen, I want you to be able to react to that. I can read it again for you. You can see it on the screen, though, right?
Yeah, I can see that. Wow. As far as those who did not apply themselves, you don't know the situation. So, um, I have to disagree with that. You don't know if that person applied themselves. You don't know if they tried, and due to unfortunate circumstances, things didn't pan out. And then, when life comes at you, you just got to roll with the punches. But I don't think choosing this route is because the female didn't apply themselves.
Mm.
Let me tell you something. There are so many college girls on this platform. It's insane. It is literally insane. These girls, they go to school, they get on the phone, they make that money. What? A lot of these girls are also buying model pictures just like I do. Absolutely. You're working from home in between classes. What? Absolutely. Let me tell you, there are some of these girls who are in college who paid their way through college through phone sex. Okay? They
Facts. I know
they
that.
they pay for their, their books, their tuition, their lifestyle, their car notes, you name it. Some of these clients that call are specifically looking for young college girls. And I know I can't sound like a young college girl, a young Caucasian. Let's be specific. I tried it. I can't do it. And so those are the
Feel
ones
free
that really make a lot of money. I don't
if
understand what it is about these men with these young girls, but they just they
they what? Carmen, you there?
are you there? Hello?
Yep, I can hear you.
Oh,
You broke up. We heard they, and then we lost you after that.
okay. I was just saying that these men, they flock to it. They flock to young girls.
I think what I've learned today as well is I think oftentimes the um, negative feeling regarding like this industry is placed on the operators, right? Or the OnlyFans account holders, right? But far too often, not enough people put enough focus on those that are willing to pay for this as well. And like at the end of the day, like I said earlier on the channel, I have folks that come by on the channel, write stuff like down into my comments, and like, it goes back to the old adage, hurt people try to hurt people. You see what I'm saying? Like it's just complete and utter vitriol and garbage, and it doesn't aid or promote within the conclusion of a conversation. But I would say the majority of those dudes are the same ones that would participate in this industry. I think the mindset is in the same, right? Because like generally happy and fortuitous people who have are happy with how their lives have turned out, or are complete or whole, right? Like or have deliberately constructed each step of their life and were intentional about the construction of each step in their life. Most likely, not all of them, but most likely those very people will not be the ones that would participate in this industry. But I think that a component of it might go down to mental health wellness. A component of it might go down to not realizing who you are and your potential, or the itch that you need to scratch. And then some people are just freaks. They just, where is this gonna go? Like, what do you think is the end result of all of this? Right.
I don't think it's going anywhere.
You just think it's just gonna just remain kind of where it is, where it could, because where it sounds like
Yeah,
we're. Go ahead.
I don't think this is going anywhere because again, it's phone sex. It's harmless. Number one. Number two, to answer your question, because I know you're completely baffled with the statement that I just said about these women who have their PhDs. A lot of them, even though they may have their PhDs and they're also working to pay off college. Oh my gosh, school loan debt.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is the fastest, easiest way that you can pay off your college debt besides getting on the corner? It's phone sex.
Mm.
And if you are behind the scenes, if you're not using your own photos, because of the stature, the position that you hold,
Mm-hmm.
um, it makes perfect sense, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Now, phone sex has been around before Pornhub.
That's
So,
a fact. Yeah.
right.
They used to
So
charge
once
more for phone sex back in the day. Now it's reduced
exactly.
prices because of the internet. It used to be
E
like damn $15 a minute, from my
exactly.
understanding. Yeah.
Exactly. Right, okay. So now for Pornhub, you know, I believe it's like the next step up. So you got your phone sex on the phone, and
Hmm.
then you got your Pornhub, and then you have, oh, what is that called? Your Twitter, I believe, where you see live video.
OnlyFans?
No, not OnlyFans, no. Um,
Well, there's people on Pornhub that have like just like on YouTube, I have a creator account. There's people
okay.
on Pornhub that have creator accounts, and then they make money off of the content, the sexual content that they do with each other or by themselves, and then upload to the internet.
Right, but no, I'm talking about like live webcam. That's what I meant to say.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Webcam.
yeah.
Okay. So it just takes it
Like
to
a
a
like a
whole nother
chatterbait.
level. Right, right. So it just takes it to a whole nother level. But as far as phone sex, that's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, it's the oldest industry known to mankind. And now that we have the internet, it's just taken a new form. Now it's just digital.
Absolutely. And I actually wish I knew about this 10 years ago. I would have been started on this.
She restructures her mind to see men's insecurities as profit. People don't understand how fragile the brain is to repeated fulfillment. Do you feel you are fully emotionally connected to your loved ones, especially your man? Carmen, I wanted to get your reaction off of that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm very much emotionally connected to my husband, and my loved ones. Absolutely. Again, at the end of the day, I'm just trying to get this money. I'm trying to, um, trying to save for my kids' future. In the middle of actually having a house built and, all these other financial goals that I'm able to do from the comfort of my home in my PJs.
There it
It
is.
don't get no, I'm just saying, it don't get no better than that. It really don't.
Listen, I'm gonna talk from my perspective as well. Like me doing the YouTube stuff, being at home and being able to provide value to a degree. Like it's and even during the COVID, me being able to work from home from my normal 9 to 5, like there's something about not having to do with a commute that I like, But I think what what XXX is hitting on is, at the end of the day, it is a degree that kind of is specific to a loss in another human being, like it appeals to a loss. But then I guess the argument on top of that is how much of that loss is that human being's fault? Because if you're just like if you were to set up shop and you end up making, $200 a month, you probably wouldn't do it anymore.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is that people have a willingness to pay that can support you buying a new home.
Absolutely.
So you're fulfilling a need. And my thing is like, I think a lot of us get angry at those that fulfill the need, but maybe the need needs to be filled in an entirely different way that we haven't talked about today. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people out there that are hurting. There's a lot of dudes out there that are just hurting. And I think that this satisfies some inherent need in that hurt. Agree, disagree, Carmen?
I do agree.
Shout out to XXX Depression. Appreciate the $20 super chat. All right. We got a couple others that came in. Let me address some. Shout out to Oshi Yams. Men don't have the luxury to make money that easily. We have to deal with serious repercussions if we want to make the so-called easy money. Shout out to Oshi Yams. Carmen, I don't know if you wanted to react off of that.
He's right. It's easy for women, to make money in this industry. Um, Unfortunately, there are a lot of men that view women as sexual objects,
Mm-hmm.
and women know this. They know it, so they're going to take advantage of it.